Well, a very good afternoon from Sacred Heart College in Auckland. It is secondary school's final time. The most prestigious tournament in 2020 for secondary school boys in the sport of water polo. It is the home team, the defending national champions, Sacred Heart, taking on Tauranga Boys College. It has been a remarkable tournament so far, but this is the gold medal match for the Chris Hayward Invitational Tournament. And alongside of me in commentary, the New Zealand Water Polo High Performance Manager, Kurt Goldsworthy. Well, Kurt, great to see the Bay of Plenty being represented and the powerhouse, the traditional powerhouse, the home school in Sacred Heart.
Yeah, these two teams have met earlier this week. It was a 2-goal win to Sacred Heart. Very strong game, very big athletes at Tauranga Boys.
And so we are underway in the final. The white caps, it is Tauranga. The blue caps, Sacred Heart. This is their home pool, Sacred Heart. Good chance here for Tauranga. Number 8, Jack Preston, looking to push forward. Good press defence from Sacred Heart. Chance here for Tauranga to try and gain some sort of read on what Sacred Heart are looking to try and do defensively. Good early pressure, though, from Sacred Heart, the defending national champions.
Yeah, Lucas Hanna didn't want to foul Jack Preston, give him an easy shot from 6-7 metres. And then got some support. Ollie Smythe with the ball.
So a lot of play around Smythe and Joel Hanna in the 5 cap for Sacred Heart. They look to try and push. Plenty of experience. The shot comes. No goal, though. Ball has to cross the entire line. Good save from
Jack Hitchfield.
Campbell
Holbert with the shot.
Ethan Carrington wearing number 9 for Tauranga.
Teo Boss.
So Carrington and Boss very much setting up the offence for Tauranga. Pressure though, good defence from Sacred Heart.
Lucas Hanna with a nice block.
Good man-on-man D. So Sacred Heart, Campbell, Holbert. And what do the referees say?
Jack Preston.
So it is Preston. First blood goes to Tauranga.
Yeah, half spun, put Campbell Holbert out of position, unable to block. Jack Preston's too good a shooter not to take that. Yeah, so first blood, Tauranga Boys College.
So Tauranga Boys leading 1-0. Chance here for Sacred Heart. They're a school that are not used to losing in the sport of water polo. Oh, wonderful leg drive coming from Sacred Heart.
Kelly McDowell, excellent entry pass to Campbell Holbert.
Now they switch play. This is better from Sacred Heart. A lot more settled.
Drop pass, Ollie Smythe.
Smythe with the shot. Great save, though, from Hitchfield.
Yeah, they just lost their shape towards the end of the man-up opportunity.
So Sacred Heart getting back in numbers. Very much a press defence at the moment. Tauranga happy to be patient. Teo Boss, their playmaker, looking for options. Finds the long shot and over the top. Well, he's not afraid to pull the trigger from distance. What a danger, what a player.
Very powerful.
Joe Cook finds Preston. Preston back to Boss.
Not wanting to foul.
Go around, shot clock starts to run down. Good pressure from Sacred.
Good steal by the goalkeeper, Harry Wigley.
So Sacred Heart, what a dynasty. What depth they've got in this sport. Made it their own in recent times. Looking for the exclusion, doesn't come though. Good shot, chance needs to come now and they manage it. Well, brilliant, pure genius.
Outstanding pass by Ollie Smythe to Campbell Holbert.
Well, Holbert, he didn't have a lot of room. And that just shows why Sacred Heart are the defending champions.
Jack Preston. Exclusion.
It's a chance now for Tauranga. Preston. It's the wee fumble. Orchard. Looking. Decides to go back to Preston.
Oh,
Brilliant save. Brilliant save from Harry Wrigley.
Orchard set up a nice lane there for Jack Preston to put it away, but Wrigley up to it.
So James Kramer, Pickering, wearing number 3 for Tauranga. And number 3 here for Sacred Heart is Kelly McDowell. McDowell to Smythe. More of it. Shot clock's going to run down.
It is indeed.
So good defence for Tauranga.
Yeah, sloppy last pass.
So Sam Jones.
Jack Preston again.
Preston, what a
Take
danger.
this.
Preston with the shot. Well, he saw the angle. He saw the door was open. He went straight through it. And I think the early message to Sacred Heart is if we want to win this final, we might just need to shut that man down in the number 8 cap. Well, Wrigley, he did everything right. He came out, he shut the angle down. But how good was Preston? So James Bell gets play back underway for Sacred Heart. Good zone defence from Tauranga. Now they just press up again.
Matt Ginn with the ball.
Playing with a little bit more speed
Kelly
though.
McDowell with the shot here. Oh, great shot.
Well, Kelly McDowell, he sort of turns around, doesn't he? Says to Jack Preston, well, anything you can do, I can do better. And so both teams being forced by the opposition's defence to go with power, shoot from distance.
In the zone. Playing a 1-2 zone.
Good play here.
Channeled the ball to the goalkeeper.
So
Good defensive pattern.
Yeah, Joe Cook there just found himself wanting. And gave Sacred Heart an opportunity just to get up in his face.
Exclusion here.
And 30 seconds remaining. How desperate is Sacred Heart to try and take a 1-goal margin at the end of the first period.
Oh, I believe that's a penalty. I would imagine, I couldn't see from here, but
So-
I imagine that the excluded player did not leave the pool.
And it'll come down to Campbell Hulbert, the captain of Sacred Heart, to take the lead 3-2. Jack Hitchfield for Tauranga. Try and get himself nice and high, but he manages to keep it out. Referee said the ball did not cross the line, so wow. I just wonder how important that moment is in the context of this final. You'd normally just expect the Sacred Heart captain to put that away, but Hitchfield became a dominating presence, got himself nice and high out of the water.
James Bell with the last shot.
And big opportunity, but easily wrapped up and goes both ends of the pool. So we are tied up at 2 goals each. It is Tauranga Boys College in the white cap. 2, Sacred Heart College, the defending champions, the home school 2. What an enthralling final. Hope you are enjoying coverage of the Chris Hayward Invitational, the premier secondary schools water polo competition for 2020. Alongside of me, New Zealand Water Polo's high performance manager, Kurt Goldsworthy. Well, Kurt, psychologically, who's won the battle through the first 6 minutes?
Oh, neither team really. They'll both be happy with their starts. Tied up, 2-all's good. Both teams in the game. Lots of outside shooting. Only really that one inside goal from Campbell Hulbert off the Ollie Smythe pass. Both teams probably need to generate some more from the inside. So that's off of a centre forward or a post up.
If you have just joined us, I can tell you earlier the game between 3rd and 4th, and it was in the finish Rangitoto College who ran out narrow winners over Hamilton Boys High School. And then earlier we saw Westlake Boys High School get up and beat Kristen College, another school from Auckland's North Shore, to finish 5th and 6th respectively. Just want to acknowledge the sponsors too of New Zealand Water Polo, Delphina Sport, skysportnext of course, 2XU, Digital Masters, Cap 7, the ball supplier for New Zealand Water Polo, and Delphina Sport. If you are looking for clothing that is very functional for the sport of water polo, do check out the Delphina range. And so we are underway. It is the second quarter of this New Zealand Secondary Schools final, the Chris Hayward Invitational. Sacred Heart in the blue cap, Tauranga Boys College in the white. So Ollie Smythe wearing the number 4 for Sacred Heart. But good press defence coming from Tauranga.
Great pass to Kelly McDowell from Campbell Holbert. Off the post up. So it certainly generated something from the inside that time.
So Sacred Heart, the start they were hoping for. They know how to win. It's their home pool. Jack Preston though finds Teo Boss. Boss and Preston are the two players in this Tauranga team. Sacred Heart need to look to try and shut down. Good press defence coming up on Joe Cook.
Oh, good work.
Great work.
Lucas
and they
Hanna
managed to get away with it. So Hanna now looking for the one-on-one. Great play from Lucas Hanna in the number 2 cap. The shot will come. The penalty, is it? It is. Brilliant, brilliant individual play from Lucas Hanna. And now a real opportunity for Sacred Heart College to extend the lead.
Kelly McDowell.
Kelly McDowell stepping up. And he scores comfortably. Sacred Heart College 4, Tauranga Boys College 2.
Sacred Heart play a high-tempo game. They like it nice and fast, nice and quick.
Well, they don't have the physical, perhaps the size that we may be seeing from Tauranga. So they require a lot more agility. A fast-paced game, back their fitness. Their technical ability.
Oh, another good steal.
And that, again, will be frustrating Tauranga. But they do recover through Jack Preston again. Chance here. They need to take their opportunity. The little shimmer. The little feint, he shoots. Brilliant block from Wrigley for Sacred Heart. Keeping them in it.
Very good one-on-one block. Looked like he'd lost his legs. Just hung in there long enough.
Go across the pool again.
Good entry pass.
Great entry pass. And what do they say? No. Brilliant defensively. And again, Ollie Smythe for Sacred Heart. Well, he's just been everywhere, hasn't he?
Yeah, he got good support from his goalie, Harry Wrigley. Got Campbell Hobbit on this side with Jacob Milicic.
12.
James Witana. Campbell Holbert with a drive. Entry pass.
Great, brilliant.
Kelly McDowell.
Well, they're now starting to take control, 5-2. Well, how good was that? Little backhand flick from Kelly McDowell, but Campbell Holbert with the pass. The cohesion, the teamwork, the legacy. Really, Tauranga need to be the next team to score. They've had their chances.
Exclusion there, Joel Hanna.
So Preston finds Boss. And we'll go to Preston again. And he has the shot, and you can't stop him. Too good from that distance, too good from that angle. What a player.
Yeah, Jacob Milicic will be disappointed with the block on that side. It was a good shot, powerful shot. Should have gone to vision from his team.
Certainly, we just see the cohesion. The reason why Sacred Heart have been the most dominant school in recent times in New Zealand secondary school water polo. But Teo Boss with a shot, and Boss brings it back to 1. Wow.
Yeah,
They say squads will win your championships, individuals will win your games, and are we seeing that from Teo Boss?
Teo Boss has been strong defensively and offensively all week.
What a final. Sacred Heart College 5, Tauranga Boys College 4. 2.5 minutes remain in the second quarter. The final, the gold medal match in the Chris Hayward Invitational Tournament. The top 10 schools from last year's Nationals invited.
Nice and patient.
The shot, the long shot, but easily deflected in the finish by Jack Hitchfield.
Yeah, James Wheatana with the shot. His brother George a few years ago was the captain of Sacred Heart.
So Campbell Holbert gets
Nice
play
drive.
back underway. Good vision, great switch of play. Here's the opportunity. Oh, we talk about individual moments. James Bell, how good was that? Wow, you talk about depth, you talk about players, you think, well, let's shut Campbell Holbert down, let's shut Kelly McDowell down, and then they just open the door for James Bell.
Yeah, it didn't look like anything was on, and he aced the shot.
So a key moment in this game, 1:20. Tauranga really do need to try and be the next scorer.
Yeah, this minute 20 is going to be big.
So Preston, they're looking to try and work him over. The exclusion comes, does it? No.
Yep.
Oh, it is, yep. So the overlap chart here, surely.
Preston's on this side again.
Preston.
Holbert trying to shut that corner down. Teo Boss is the other big
At
shooter.
what point do they pull the trigger?
Yeah, it looks like Noah Orchard's
Oh, he
gonna
goes
have to.
now, and he does pull it. And it is now down to 1. Sacred Heart leading Tauranga 6 goals to 5. 50 seconds remain in this first half. What a final.
Yeah, it looked like Sacred Heart had done their homework there. Not giving Preston or Teo Boss the opportunity, but then Noah Orchard equal to the task.
Well, often at this level, isn't it, you can just get teams, just have some players who are just bigger physically, and they can make a difference. Ollie Smythe for Sacred Heart. Getting worked over brilliantly. The yellow card, is it?
No, Lucas Hanna lost the ball. Just
So chance now.
and an exclusion.
Through
on
Noah Orchard. Orchard happy to be patient. Finds Sam
Oh.
Jones. Jones under all sorts of trouble.
Well done, Ollie Smythe. Campbell Holbert in a lot of trouble there.
Now quickly, they will look to play it. Great piece of goalkeeping once again from Harry Wrigley. Wrigley. How big has he been for Sacred Heart, the defending national champions? 14 seconds remain.
And he's actually their smallest player.
Tauranga trying to tie it up at half-time. 6 goals each.
Just checking how long on the exclusion, I believe. And we're underway.
So Preston, happy to go back. They build their offence around this young man. Now, here they go. Surely the shot's got to come.
6-5. Good block, Harry Wrigley. Nice 6-5.
Well, outstanding offensively in terms of the way they worked it, but you've got to give credit to Sacred Heart. They were incredibly patient. They read the screen. Good zone defence. And heading into the second half, it is Sacred Heart College, the home school, the defending national champions, leading Tauranga 6 goals to 5. Chance to get our breath back. It has been end-to-end, Kurt Goldsworthy. It's been magnificent.
That second quarter was outstanding. 7 goals in a quarter of polo. That's wonderful. Some quality play, both teams. Outstanding shooting, especially from Jack Preston, Teo Boss.
Defensively, if you're the coaching staff of Sacred Heart, you've had 12 minutes to look at what Tauranga are doing. What's the message to your team?
Oh, pretty simple. Minimise your exclusions. Try and not foul Jack Preston or Teo Boss near the 6 metre line, so you're not giving them the free shot. So the other players around need to be agile, help out, force them backwards, force them away from the goal. If they do shoot, the further away, the better.
At the same time, though, I mean, you're caught in a conundrum, aren't you? Because you don't want Preston and Boss to have room either.
No, you don't. But at the moment, they're both playing on the outside, and Tauranga really have not gone to the inside at all. So they haven't worked over there at the centre forward play. They haven't had many opportunities there.
So Sacred Heart College, this is their home pool, have just been the dominant school really over the sort of the last decade. Very good program established. If you want to know the level you need to reach to be amongst the best in New Zealand secondary schools water polo, the benchmark is Sacred Heart. But what is happening in the Bay of Plenty in Tauranga is we're starting to see great depth amongst their junior ranks. We saw Mount Maunganui College in the final last week in the girls' final. Yes, they were beaten in the finish by Diocesan, who, like Sacred Heart, have a bit of a legacy in girls' secondary school water polo. But it's great that the sport is no longer purely Auckland-based.
Absolutely, absolutely. Tauranga are improving rapidly.
And we saw a Hamilton boys team who finished fourth in this tournament, just beaten narrowly by Rangitoto, but we know that much of that team is back next year,
yes.
So we know they're going to be a force next year. Underway, second half, the Chris Hayward final, the gold medal, the invitational tournament between Sacred Heart in the blue caps, Tauranga Boys College in the white caps. Good start here. Better defence from Sacred Heart, manning up.
Sam Jones at centre forward. Exclusion there.
So a chance now, opportunity here for Tauranga to level things up. They do. They go cried. Plenty of patience.
Tao Boss looking in a good position to take a shot here.
The shot clock is counting down.
Jack
They've got 2
Preston.
seconds. The shot comes! An absolute cannon. But in the finish, it was Harry Wrigley, who, with the assistance of the crossbar, keeps that score to 6-5.
Lucas Hanna with Tao Boss in the corner.
Oh, that's a great rivalry, isn't it?
That's a good rivalry. Two big men.
Yeah, and it is, in fact. It will be.
Tao Boss in the exclusion. Oh, good work on that post. He missed Kelly
Shot clock
McDowell.
running down. This is good from Tauranga. They need to pull the trigger, and they do! And it is Sacred Heart.
Jacob,
Well, they didn't have a lot of opportunity.
Jacob Milicic there.
And Milicic, well, he used the surface of the pool to his advantage.
Yeah, nice skip shot.
And on that occasion, Jack Hitchfield, well, he just had to watch it rocket past his left-hand mitt.
It's a nice tight game.
So Tao Boss,
Oh, Tao Boss in another shooting position.
they look to try and work him over. And again, that is Milicic, the goal scorer.
Yeah, could be an exclusion on Jacob Milicic here.
So Milicic, the overlap now to Tauranga, and they'll play this quickly. Need to really just bring in the likes of Preston, Boss.
Oh, Boss in a good shooting position.
Need to
Well
take their chance,
executed.
and brilliant! That's what we talk about. Go to your big men. On that occasion, it was Joe Cook. What a final, 7-6.
Yeah, Tao Boss sitting in the middle of the pool, drawing another defender out and being able to hit in behind him. Give the ball to Joe Cook. Good finish. Importance of 6-on-5 in these games are key.
So, Ollie Smythe for Sacred Heart just moves forward. Tauranga happy to sit back, take up a bit more of his own defence now. They'll start to put some real pressure on. Good defence coming from Noah Orchard.
Oh, great pass.
Oh,
Great pass.
that is the genius. That is why they are national champions.
Joel Hanna to Campbell Holbert.
Well, we talk
Outstanding
about
pass.
execution. We talk about the complete team game. That's what we've just seen. That's why they have the legacy. That's why they have the history. Well, it's bordering on arrogance at times when you see play like that. Absolutely brilliant. 8-6. 2 goals the margin.
It's probably an issue with one of the scorers or one of the exclusions. Just trying to see on whether the last excluded player was on a second or his third.
If you are just joining us on Sky Sport Next, you are watching the Chris Hayward Invitational Tournament, the premier tournament for New Zealand secondary school boys in 2020. The final you are watching is between Tauranga in the white cap and Sacred Heart in the blue. 2 goals separated these 2 teams in pool play earlier in the tournament. But as we saw last week with the girls' tournament, the way teams play on the Tuesday is very different to the way the teams are playing on the Thursday, having had sort of 4 or 5 games to hone their skills.
Yeah, the 6-on-5s are much more fluid now.
Sam Jones finds Teo Boss. So Carrington, number 9 for Tauranga. Well, the good defence coming here from Sacred Heart, though.
Yeah, good cross drive here.
Yeah, look, great play there from Jack Preston, didn't he? Just worked that. He manipulated the situation beautifully.
Oh, Ollie Smythe didn't know where the ball was. Fortunate, nor did his opponent.
Well, Tauranga now, they'll be disappointed with the way that's played out. Defensively, they'll want a man up. They do not want Sacred Heart taking a 3-point buffer. This is good play.
Yeah, putting Kelly McDowell under a little bit of pressure.
Shot clock is running down.
Into Campbell Holbert. And he put the ball under. If he turned a little bit faster, he would have been in a prime position for a penalty.
A great play from Sam Jones defensively there for Tauranga. Well, they've got to go to their big men. They've been so effective when Boss and Preston have taken control. And well, the cannon.
Pass.
Great piece of goalkeeping once again from Harry Wrigley. Wow, great reflexes.
Yeah, that's a big opportunity.
He'd come out of goal, and doing so just shut the angle down.
Again, Lucas Hanna with Teo Boss.
Yeah, great rivalry, this one. He's a good player, Hanna. He's very, very composed. We've seen just how good he is in terms of vision and being able to read the game. This is a chance. Never on, though. The backhand! And there it is, Sacred Heart College.
Outstanding play by Kelly McDowell. Went to go the left, then moved back and threw the backhand with 2 defenders. Outstanding centre forward play.
What a piece of water polo. Well, that for the highlight reel. One of the great moments in New Zealand secondary schools water polo, certainly captured on film. That is what you're up against when you take on the men from Sacred Heart. Teo Boss, though. Desperation now. Time score! Oh, well, it's both ends of the pool now. Ladies and gentlemen, you are seeing a masterclass. Just pure genius from 2 individuals who have been simply magnificent.
Yeah, Jack Preston again lights his cannon.
9-7. What a game.
James Witana on a cross drive, looking for Campbell Holbert on the back post. Oh, James Witana's, oh!
Does a nice job there, coming in number 10, Connor Point, and he just gets himself, in fact, my apologies, Teo Boss there getting himself between his opponent and the ball. But it is game on to Sacred Heart.
1-on-1, Campbell Holbert.
They're very good here, Sacred Heart. They're just so measured, they're so composed. But on that occasion, Tauranga rising to it, and now they get the breakout. Good chance here for Cooper Gibson. Gibson to Boss.
He's got time.
He's got plenty of experience, Boss. He's not afraid to be manhandled. He'll work it in his favour. Does exactly that. Opens up the gap now. Chance here. Looks to try and just get the pass on the inside. Didn't really read that play.
Max Byers with the steal.
And now Byers. What can
they
do?
Good pass down to Campbell Holbert. Counter-attack's over.
Yeah, maintaining good shape here, Sacred Heart, aren't they? Happy to be patient. Happy just to work the ball around. Look for the opening. Look for the opportunity.
Waiting for someone to drive.
Oh,
they lost the ball. Connor Point has stolen it back.
Tauranga have size, but I think that Sacred Heart probably have the better technical abilities, all-round game. But here come Tauranga.
Teo Boss will have a good chance here.
Boss needs to just pull the trigger himself.
He will.
And he does! And off the upright. No goal. 9-7. 35 seconds remain in the third. National champions hanging on by 2.
Oh, good work, Connor Pointer. Working hard on Teo Boss.
So Matthew Ginn.
Campbell Holbert.
Yeah, he worked that nicely, Holbert, didn't he?
Good block.
Great save coming on that occasion from Jack Hitchfield. And now Tauranga.
He's going to light the
They
trigger
haven't
from here.
scored for a while. What do they do? How do they play it?
Into the quarter.
Now comes the shot clock. The shot defensively outstanding once again from Sacred Heart. And that time you've got to put your hand up to Gus Shernan. Number 6 for Sacred Heart. Got himself in the way. And as we head into the final period, just 6 minutes remain. It is Sacred Heart College, the defending champions, leading Tauranga 9 points to 7. It's anybody's final. Kurt Goldsworthy.
It is indeed. Jack Preston, Teo Boss. I think Teo might be on two exclusions. He's going to need to stay in the game. They seem to be the 2 go-to players.
Well, at what point do you just empower them? At what point do you just say, hey, guys, you've been effective, you've got the size, you've got the arm, you've got the velocity.
Oh,
We'll put you in position. You pull the trigger.
oh, I'm sure they're empowered to do that. As long as they know when, as long as they're in the right position, then that's going to be the play.
Well, both coaches relatively animated here. I think Tauranga know they're in the fight. They came in here as underdogs. They were beaten by Sacred Heart in pool play. This is Sacred Heart's home pool. Sacred Heart have that legacy, have that history. So if you had to pick a favourite prior to the final, you'd say it's Sacred Heart. And so Sacred Heart too, though, you know, the thing with them is how often have they been put under pressure? We haven't had a lot of water polo this year because of COVID. We've got boys in their final year. We've got members of the team that are relatively new to making the first team.
Mm-hmm.
They've got to deal with pressure. They're a school that are not used to losing.
No, they're not. They've had some tight games at the start of the year, pre-COVID, in the Auckland competition. But they came out without a loss. And a 2-goal game is still a tight game.
You sense that if Tauranga can be the first scorers, well and truly game on. We know that there will be shifts in momentum over the last 6 minutes. How important is this moment right here?
Yeah, Sacred Heart were able to rest a lot of their starters in the last 2 minutes of that quarter.
And who is it? Not very close, but it is Rangitoto. My apologies, Sacred Heart.
Jack Preston with the ball. Long way from the goal though. Teo Boss. And again, a long way from the goal. That's the shots that they want Tauranga to take. They don't want them getting in close and
So
drawing
just
those
pressing defence, just pushing them up, manhandling.
Oh, good work.
So great here from Sacred Heart.
Yeah, good work, Ollie Smythe at centre back.
Now they show their experience, don't they? This is where they show the importance of a legacy. This is where they understand the collective, that one team, one dream.
Oh,
Play
that
is
same
one.
pass.
Oh, brilliant!
That
Wow.
same pass. We saw that in the third quarter. We saw exactly the same thing again. Same 2 players.
That is obviously well rehearsed. That is something I imagine they talked about during the break between quarters. How effective is that?
Great pass, great long
Draw
pass
the
from
defence
Joel
across
Hanna.
one side of the pool, open up the other, switch play and pull the trigger. Simple as that. They make it look easy. The great sides do. Now the shot comes. Desperation.
Yeah,
10-7. They don't need to panic Tauranga here.
no, they don't. Jack Preston needs to push up into a shooting range.
They need to bring in their big men. They need to bring in Preston. Teo Boss.
Oh!
Well,
Ollie Smythe
it is,
from nowhere.
it is now just starting to unravel just a little bit for Tauranga.
What an outside shot. So accurate, off the inside of the post.
11-7. How much damage has that shot done psychologically to Tauranga? Looks so easy from the side of the pool. Easy sitting here in commentary saying this is what you need to do. But when you're in there in the heat of the battle, under duress.
Exclusion there.
It's an exclusion chance here.
Good chance.
They need to score, Tauranga, to try and bring it to 3.
Coach knows it's important. Call the timeout. Settle the boys.
What's been the difference between the two teams, Kurt?
The cohesion, really, I think, of Sacred Heart.
Just that understanding.
They tend to throw more passes than the opposition.
But that's too. They just seem to have greater depth from it technically, and therefore they can play the team cohesion, can't they?
Oh, they can. And when you've got people with legs like Kelly McDowell, his egg beater kick is so strong, Ollie Smythe, and again Campbell Holbert, and even Lucas Hanna, that's a lot of strength. And even though they're smaller, they still get out very high of the water. Plenty of torque on their shots, hence Ollie Smythe's shot. So much power from not a big man.
You are watching the gold medal match in the Chris Hayward Invitational New Zealand Secondary Schools Water Polo Tournament, the premier tournament for 2020. It is the national champion Sacred Heart in blue, leading Tauranga 11 points to 7. Really, it has been a very closely fought contest. Now Tauranga, how do they work this? What do they do?
Oh, nearly a ball under.
Chance here, the shot comes.
Oh, well blocked.
We talked about bringing the big men in. On that occasion, Sam Jones.
Well blocked and retrieved.
A great zone defence coming from Sacred Heart. Now through Lucas Hanna. Hanna happy to slow it down. Talk about team cohesion. This is a metaphor for it through Sacred Heart. So good defence from Tauranga, no lot of choice. Here comes that long shot, just the accuracy and maybe just a slight breakdown in communication. So Tauranga, they get themselves out of a bit of a hole. Can they now climb their way back into the light? The shot comes, oh, great skills.
Yeah, good skills.
This is good from Tauranga. Great defence though from Sacred Heart. Manning up, the shot comes off the top of the crossbar. And Sacred Heart survive. But it is Tauranga with possession again.
Yeah, Teo Boss is a smaller man on him now.
Yeah, Boss just happy to bring
Preston.
the referees in. Oh, we talked about Boss. We talked about the big man. We talked about individuals. Empower him. Use the power. Use the velocity. And there's a demonstration of that.
Jack Preston is on fire. From inside, from anywhere 6 to 8 metres. From the goal. Excellent shooting by Jack Preston today.
Teo Boss. They carry the hopes of Tauranga. Can they topple the might of almighty Sacred Heart? 3 goals in it.
Oh, look, good work by Lucas Hanna.
Hanna.
And draws the exclusion.
And who is the exclusion? Who is the player that has been excluded? I don't think it's Boss, so that will be relief for Tauranga. He'll be aware. And now, good play here from Sacred Heart. Good defence. They're just looking to try, though. Happy to take a little bit of the velocity off. Working around. Good defence. Brilliant play here from Jack Hitchfield. He just came across, shut the angle down. It was never really on. The shot clock was counting down. The 2 goalkeepers have been superb. And now, the long pass. A great pass. Tauranga
well
intercept though,
brilliantly
read from Kelly McDowell and the number 3 cap for Sacred Heart.
Yeah, demonstrating how strong his legs are.
Well, how often did you hear the All Black coaches and people at the top of their sport talking about moments, winning key moments? Was that one of them?
Sacred Heart will just be wanting to make sure that they use as much of the shot clock as possible.
You sense if they're the next to score, it is probably game over.
Yes.
Oh, great defence, though, coming from James Bell.
And a silly exclusion by Lucas Hanna.
Yeah, well, that was unnecessary. That's pressure, though. You've got to give the plaudits, though, to the number 6, Gus Shernan.
And a yellow card issued to Kane Dew.
So my apologies. It was Gus Shernan. Of course, Bell wearing number 6 for Sacred Heart. So Sam Jones.
This is a big chance.
Big opportunity. Big moment in the game.
This certainly is.
Big moment in the game. Here's the chance. The little bit of a flick, the breakdown, and pulls the trigger, and there it is. 11-9. 11-9. Just 2 points separating it. 90 seconds remain.
A very interesting move there. Little juggle, flicked it back out, knew he couldn't shoot it himself. Everybody crashing back towards the goal, allowing the next person to take that shot.
What a final. Just 2 in it. Sacred Heart hanging on.
3 possessions left in this game.
Tauranga. What do they do?
They need a steal.
That will be Ollie Smythe. Happy to slow it down. Goes out to his right-hand side through James Bell.
Lucas Hanna at centre forward.
Joel Hanna. So it is Joel Hanna in the 5 cap for Sacred Heart.
Good pass.
Great little pass.
Penalty called. Great pass.
Now, chance here for Sacred Heart. Who takes the penalty for them?
Looks like Kelly McDowell.
They're going to go back to McDowell. Initially it was Campbell Holbert, but he missed his first penalty attempt, and I wonder whether they just think McDowell might just have the better nerves, because this is a big moment. And oh, how good was that? If you blink, you missed it.
He's very
just showing
quick.
the velocity. Wow.
He shoots the ball so quick after the whistle.
And really, all you can do probably is go to one side of the goal and then just launch yourself in the opposite direction and hope. But now 3 goals separates these 2 teams. Just a minute 10 remain. Tauranga now
need to score from this position.
They need to score. They can't afford to muck around either. The clock is no longer there. Frank, the big shot wide, and that is desperation stuff. But good press defence coming from Sacred Heart, putting them back on their haunches.
Oh, another good pass.
And I know that there are a lot of old boys watching this, and big yell out to Kelson Butler, one of the old boys who has an awful lot to do with Sacred Heart, follows the school, typical of a lot of these traditional schools and their old boys associations, old girls associations. Chance here, Tauranga, 28 seconds remain. Need to get it to Boss. Need to get it to their big men in the middle of the pool.
Yeah,
the exclusion comes.
Went to Jack Preston, drew the exclusion.
So Preston now. Now here they go. They can't afford to muck around. They don't muck around. They bring it to 2. But 12 seconds on the clock. Simply now for Sacred Heart, they can run it down.
And they will.
But you've got to say, Tauranga, well, they've come as close as anybody has come to toppling the might of Sacred Heart. What a final it's been. And now they'll just swim. 10 on the clock. Time is counting down.
Oh, he's called an offensive for not advancing the ball, not looking to.
And all he can do now is shoot.
But it doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
End of the game.
End of the game. It is all over. So congratulations to Sacred Heart College. They win the Chris Hayward Invitational Tournament, the premier tournament for New Zealand secondary schools in 2020. They were the national champions last year. And I think it's fair to say they're the best school in 2020, unofficially in New Zealand. But they win the gold medal. Congratulations, though, to Tauranga Boys. What a final. What a group of young men. Simply magnificent. Don't want to single out individuals, because when you look at Sacred Heart, it was very much a collective effort.
No, it was indeed. Kelly McDowell scored plenty of chances, so did Campbell Holbert, but the passing from Joel Hanna and various others was outstanding.
Okay, we will try and get reaction from inside both camps. But what a final it's been. And if you've just joined us too, I can tell you earlier that Rangitoto College narrowly beat Hamilton Boys for 3rd for the bronze medal. And the game prior to that for 5th and 6th, that was Westlake narrowly getting up over Christian College on Auckland's North Shore. But congratulations, must go to Sacred Heart. Harry Wrigley, Lucas Hanna, Kelly McDowell, Ollie Smythe, Joel Hanna, James Bell, Campbell Holbert, Matthew Ginn, Max Byers, Connor Poynton, Jacob Milicic, James Watana, and Jackson Jarvie. Simply outstanding.
We have Campbell Holbert here, the captain of Sacred Heart. How was that?
Great to get the win. Real proud of the boys after the tough season that was ahead.
Is it great to be back in the pool playing the game?
It's great after that break. Amazing. Missed it heaps.
Oh, I thought the boys played well. I thought Jack Preston on the other team was outstanding today.
Very good. Scored a lot of goals on us, kept us on our toes.
How good was Joel Hanna's passing to you?
Great, loved it. Put it on a dime for me.
And what's next for you?
Club season, really. Under 18s, go win that.
Good luck. Well done.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you to Kurt Goldsworthy there, the high performance manager for New Zealand Water Polo, talking to the winning captain, Campbell Holbert from Sacred Heart.